Alright guys, welcome back to the channel once again. Today I'm going to tell you something about JavaScript because this is going to be a basic tutorial of JavaScript, like how to find the elements from the HTML document and all the things. And there are some functions that are useful for the finding the element and really helps into the DOM manipulation, and that is very important if you are working with the HTML files. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to tell you like this, JavaScript is a dynamic type language. It's not a static type language, which means like if you are using a variable const and you are assigning something into that, so you can assign array or object or a single string or whatever you want to, number or something like that. So it's not limited. You can assign to that, and you don't need to define the type of that like we do into the other languages. So this is a basic thing that I'm just telling you before writing the code, and let's write the code. So I'm going to create a simple HTML file boilerplate, and this is my boilerplate. I'm going to type a script tag. So let me tell you about there are two ways that you can include the script. One way is like I've already written, you can see into my side panel a.js, b.js, so that we can include over here like writing the script into the head, or you can write the script over here into the footer as well, like at the end of the body. So normally people do write the script over here with the source, so I'm just going to use this, and I'm going to just new folder because it's that thing is inside my folder slash a.js. So that's the thing we can do, and otherwise normally we can write the script inside this body tag as well, like a script, and we can start writing the code over here as well. And also you can include the script at the end of your body. It's not necessary. You can use the async and defer tag. That is very important. Like if you want to load the script at the same time you are loading all the documents, so you can use the async. Or if you want to load the script like after your content has been loaded, and then you can use the defer tag. Defer tag does like whenever it will start at element, it won't be able to buy. So first load that element, then it will move your script ahead. And normal thing like first your document will loaded, then this script gonna be loaded. So let's write the code. So let's create an h1 element over here. So I'm going to write the h1 element, and I'm going to type my name. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put an ID over here. Okay, so ID will be h1 as well. So what we can do, we can assign it to the variable. So earlier I said like const variable. Const variable is not a writable variable, it's only a readable variable. Whatever the value you are assigning to this, it's gonna be readable. You can't reassign again inside this const variable. So if you want to reassign that variable, then you need to use let or where. Types have their own scope into the document, so that depends on their global scope or local scope. So that we will read further, but let's focus on today like a1. So I'm going to write a equals to document dot get. So there are these are some functions that you can use for getting the document. So if I need to find the element by ID, so I will direct through this and type that ID over here h1, and it's gonna be find it. Another way is if I remove this. So let me just console this first, then I will show you the another way. Console.log. Okay, and let's see into the document what we are getting right now. Okay, so you can see I got my name over here, Abhishek. Let me open the console as well. So you can see element is also coming over which we are consoling. So at the line number 13. So in the line number 13, you can see the console.log over here. And also there's another way. Let me show you. So like const b equals to document dot get element, not get element, query selector. That normally we use query selector, and we need to assign the query selector has hash if we are using ID. If you're using class name, then we need to type dot, and if there's class name, dot class name, and if we have ID, then we need to pass hash ID, because this query selector doesn't know about that element type, which type of element you are finding. So for finding the class type element, like finding the class base, so you need to type dot. If you're finding the element by the ID, so you need to type hash. If you're finding the element by the tag name, so you need to normally type, you don't need to type any specific character over here. So this thing gonna be doing same thing. So let me just type B over here. So it will work same as it is like first script is doing. So you can see we are getting the thing, like first element is A and second element is B. So both scripts are getting the same element over here. So that's how it is working. And also you can find that element over here as well inside the console.log, because this is a JavaScript engine runs it to the browser. So that's why. So you can find document document dot get element by ID, and same script you can run over here h1, and you will get the document. You can see. And if I will hover over this, you can see. So that's how the JavaScript work. And, and next thing, what I'm going to tell you the click event, like how the event works. So that, let's suppose you have this element and you are writing HTML, so you can directly type over here on click, and you can pass the function over here. So let me create a function over here first. So I'm going to create a function. So this is the ECMA 5. So normally we type the function like this, but into the ECMA 6 we write arrow functions. We use arrow functions. So I'll tell you later about that arrow functions. And I'm going to type the event over here. So like where this function is calling, it's going to show us over here. So console.log event. Okay. So it's going to tell us the event.target. So what was the target element who is calling this function? Okay, so ABC, I'm going to type that ABC over here like this, and I'm going to pass the event from here. Event. Okay, so let's go into the browser, and if I click on it, let's see what we are getting. So we can see we are getting the document element which on which we are clicking. So that's how we can use that, and we can manipulate that. So let's suppose if I got this element over here, so what I can do, I can change the style of that element. So event dot target dot style, let me style dot color equals to red. Okay, so this is the, you can make it red, and let's do it. So I click on it, so you can see I'm clicking on this text color, it's going to be red. So this style is going to append over there, the color is red. So that's how we can manipulate the DOM by the HTML. Also I can make the changes like any CSS changes into that, like hover, padding, on mouse hover, on mouse plus. So there are a lot of things that we can do. So for today, that's it. And into the next video, I'm just going to tell you how to use classes and how to bind. So this is how we write the function. And there's another thing, another type, like how we write function. So then you can do the function const abc equals to event event as well. So this is arrow function. This thing works same as it is. If I will write this code, Control X, and if I will put it over here, and if I remove this, so this code gonna work same as it is, like it was working earlier. So if you see, so the same thing is working. So this is the arrow function. This is the ECMAScript 6, and that was a 5. So we use the latest one. So that's why normally people use this one. So this is the arrow function that you can read about it on the JavaScript or MDN docs. So that's it. That's it from this video. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll meet you in the next.